from the shadows, San Elijo Middle School. This is the FC Seoul tournament. This match features San Marcos Matrix and the Arsenal in its boys under 12 match. Arsenal in red and the white numbers going from left to right, and the San Marcos Matrix going from right to left in all blue. So shift colors for all you sailors out there, past and present. We are underway, 30-minute halves. And if it's still tied, it'll go to straight PKs. Let's get the lineups for San Marcos Matrix. Number 1 is Ethan Snepp. Number 3 is Uriel Chavez. Number 4 is Daniel Ingebritz. Number 5 is James Simmons. 6 is Andy Galvan. We have the first free kick of the match for Matrix. The rest of the lineup reads this way. Number 7 is Joshua Teles Velasquez. 8 is Michael Patterson. 9 is Jason Teles. 10 is Jesus Lozano. 11 is Andres Alaman. 12 is Aiden Chappelle. 14 is Daniel O'Gwin. 15 is Cody Hewitt. 19 is Miguel Mendoza. And 20 is Patrick Granahan. And for the Arsenal, they're going to throw it in. And actually take that back. It's going to be a free kick. And the Arsenal have their first free kick of the match. Intercepted there by Mendoza. On the near side, that ball rolls out of play. Neither team can get to it, but lastly was touched down by Arsenal. Free kick now for the Arsenal, their second of the match. Cross midfield and all the way down into the 18-yard box. And the keeper, Matrix, comes off his line, able to make the save. Trying to go into the 18-yard box, and they have a shot and a beautiful save on the near post for Matrix. But it's going to be a corner kick as the Arsenal will get their first one of the match. The in-swinger, and it is in the back of the net, and it is 1-0. Number 24 for Arsenal scoring the goal. 1-0 as the Arsenal able to finish into the back of the net. The Arsenal had beat the Matrix 3-1 earlier, and they are trying to win this championship match here at the FC Seoul tournament. I'm Greg G.K. Porter with George Landevin. George on the camera, bringing you the sights and sounds from up high. Right here on the grounds of San Elijo Middle School. Number 13, and it is deflected and knocked out of play. Miguel Mendoza throwing it in, 13 on the intercept. Sitting it toward the 18. And 7 came in there off the header, and it goes out of play. So number 13, and we'll get it in the attacking third, finds a teammate, and his strike is winding up out of play on the near side. So it'll be a throw-in. Mendoza throwing it in for Matrix. Almost a dangerous strike there by Patterson. And now it goes back toward the 18-yard box. And number 17 for the Arsenal, not able to get to it. And it'll be a goal kick. And it's 1-0 match. The Arsenal enjoying the lead in the early going. Teams getting their adjustments ready for moving up an age group. Starting that process. You get players that are guest players sometimes, and then new players in these different tournaments. And all getting ready for the season. Usually resides around September, as we are here in the first weekend in June. Ball sent out of play. Number 4 for the Arsenal will throw it in. Retreating back is Granahan. Not able to get to it, and then driven out of play by Lozano. So the throw-in in the attacking third, trying to get into the 18-yard box. They have a touch there, sending it out wide. And then the service intercepted there in the central. Galvan getting the touch, but there's a foul. And that's going to work against Galvan, and it's another free kick for Arsenal. It'll be their third of the match. And the Arsenal enjoying the 1-0 lead. Teeing it up. Number 3, the Arsenal. And the center ref making sure the wall is correct, at least spaced apart from the free kick. And then it's a beautiful ball up high. Number 3 off the free kick, and it is 2-0. Outstanding strike. Just inside the near post. So now the Matrix have their work cut out for them, down 2-0 in the early going. Center ref blowing his whistle saying, I'm not ready to go yet. And that incorrectly done. Try it again. Patterson on the near side and driving it out of play just over George here. So the throw in by number 7 toward the attacking third, and the whistle going to be a free kick. So Matrix will take it. Their second of the match. Teles, or actually that's Mendoza up forward. Teles Velasquez. O'Gwin goes out of play. Throw in on the far side touchline. And the center ref says, hold up, you weren't at the right spot. So they got to throw it in again. And it's 2-0 match that the Arsenal are enjoying the lead in here in the first half. Comfortable day today. First weekend in June. Sending the deep back, and number 7 get back there to clear it as he was getting pressured there. Daniel Ingebrigtsen. Got some activity going up the hill. Didn't hear it earlier. Some sort of sporting event, maybe baseball, or maybe another part of this tournament. FC Seoul Tournament 2012. Hope you're enjoying the action so far in this boys under 12 match. Throw in out of their defensive third. Intercepted there momentarily by Galvan, and now they get to send one forward, and 71 ranging back. And he drives it out of play past the goal line, and thus it's going to be a corner kick for the Matrix. Their first one of the match. So the Matrix, who have the work to do down 2-0, would like to try to get a quality strike out of this one. Anytime you have a corner kick. Not a bad ball, but just couldn't get anybody to run onto it. However, we got the Arsenal to knock it out of play. So Miguel Mendoza throws it in. Miguel got a teammate to head it. Couldn't get a subsequent one. And the Arsenal strike it up forward. Goes out of play, knocked out by Aiden Chappelle. So number 4 for the Arsenal will throw it in out of their own defensive half. Down that left flank. 9 has. Try to find somebody, but too many players there in the space of the all blue. So Patterson down at central. They stiffen up in the central. Tough to go forward. Ingebrigtsen does. And it goes off of one of the Arsenal players out to the wide now for Patterson. Patterson was dispossessed that time. Lozano on the intercept. And now here's Patterson again, right at the keeper, and he is able to make the save. So the Arsenal, after keeper making that save, getting it to midfield, but a whistle, and that's going to go against the Arsenal and a free kick. Matrix now with their 3rd free kick in the match. And center ref warning a player out there on the pitch. And here's Patterson sending it just wide of the 18, trying to get somebody to strike it, and he does. That being Daniel Ingebrigtsen, but not a tough strike for the keeper of the Arsenal, and an easy save. Downfield, now the keeper of the Matrix heads it, as he knew he could not touch it with his hands. He was already past his 18-yard box. On the near side. And knocked out of play by Matrix. So Arsenal will throw it in. Enjoying the 2-0 lead here in the first half. Substitution will come in for the Arsenal. Let's get number 5 in. And on the far side, Matrix looks like they're going to have O'Gwen come off, as well as Chavez come off. And Cody Hewitt is into the match. Did not see the other player, but we'll mention him as they touch that soccer ball. 17 shots blocked, and missing it there was Mendoza. However, and winded up onto the foot of Galvan there in the central, and then now it goes out of play. Throw in. Matrix. Hewitt will take the honors. No, he's not going to, and neither will Patterson. He's going to give it away to Mendoza for the throw-in. Intercepted. Mendoza has it. 50-50. Carries right back into his own defensive half. Goes out of play. 17 will throw it in for their Arsenal. No, he's going to give way to 13. Will throw it in. And it's 2-0 match, headed toward the 18-yard box. 17 going after it, and a keeper coming off his line, and he's able to grab it. Risking life and limb that time, going after the soccer ball, but no more worse for the wear as he's able to get to it. Upfield. Those keepers are unbelievable in the job they have to do a lot of times. And you see them at a professional level, and these guys are coming at them hard and heavy. And they're still able to keep their mindset and make great plays. And these youngsters watch them and gain their skills and all the coaching from players who used to play, as Matrix able to keep that one from going in the back of the net again. Strike by Michael Patterson, sending it forward, trying to get somebody to possess it. Could not. It's in the space. 7 was real tough. But now they win it back again, and here's Mendoza sending a ball down to Central. And let's see what the call is. As it's going to be a free kick. The foul working against Matrix. Arsenal now with their 4th, and number 2 comes into the match. They want to go down the right flank with it, and it goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in. For Arsenal, number 13 will throw it in. Towards the 18, the header. Try to get a subsequent strike, could not. As getting to it first was the Matrix. Upfield they go. Joshua Telez Velasquez. And he sent that ball down the right flank, but nobody was on the other end of it. So throw in out of their own defensive half. And at midfield, they try to go further, but cannot, as Joshua Telez Velasquez. And now they got a runner down to Central. He makes a great play. He puts it into the back of the net. The goal! Go, 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 goal! Daniel Ingebrigtsen puts it in the back of the net, and now it's 2-1. Beautiful play. He runs down to Central and is able to beat the defenders and finish, and it is 2-1. Arsenal have it now to get it started again. Let's see what they can do to maybe add another one and keep that 2-goal lead, or will Matrix continue to try to keep this game close and maybe tie it up as it goes out of play? Number 2 throws it in. He's got 18 up to 5 out of their own defensive third, but intercepted now, and a whistle. It's been a handball in the space, I hear. So it's going to work for the Arsenal now, and they're going to get their 5th free kick of the match. And it's 2-1 match here in the first half of the 2012 FC Seoul tournament. The championship one. The 50-50 ball. To the near side. Hewitt chasing it down, and it goes out of play. And the Arsenal will throw it in. Number 7 will throw it in. Intercepted momentarily. And the Central able to collect it there was Granahan. They try to go up forward as a touch there by Galvan, and now it goes to the near side. The Arsenal have it. And a heel pass, beautifully done to 13, and it's intercepted and knocked out of play, but that's going to give up a corner now. That'll be the 2nd now for the Arsenal in the match. Boy, if Patrick Granahan doesn't get over there, they got a great opportunity again to get a good quality shot and put it in the back of the net. Number 17, and a little bit of an outswinger, and they bring it down. And a whistle and a card. Dangerous kick there against the Arsenal player. So the free kick now for San Marcos Matrix, and this will be their 4th of the match. Arsenal going to get a couple of fresh players in. Number 11 and number 19 is in the match. And it's 2-1 match. And the Arsenal are enjoying the lead in. Although cut in half after Daniel Ingebrigtsen put him on the board. 13 sending it towards the 18. They're able to range back and keep it from going there. However, there are Arsenal players in the area. 5 takes a shot from long distance and a save. Time moving on here in the first half towards halftime. Midfield area was winning at Joshua Tellez Velasquez, and he sends it all the way down toward that attacking third. Goes out of play. Didn't have anybody on the other side. A throw in by number 2. Arsenal. Off the Karam, 11 tried to get to it. It just went in front of him a little bit. Intercepted by Mendoza. But then the Arsenal player is into space, sending it forward. And now, as they have numbers there, but an offsides call. And another free kick for the Matrix, and now they have their 5th. So both teams have 5 free kicks in this match here in the first half. Arsenal. Ingebrigtsen, as a player went down. And on the near side, it goes out of play. Number 13 will throw it in for the Arsenal. Every time they touch that soccer ball and keep possession of it, it works against, and that's going to be a foul in the space on the Arsenal. As I was going to say, it works against the Matrix every time the Arsenal keep possession of it. That was the 6th free kick of the match for Matrix. Cross midfield, and a touch there by Jesus Lozano, but he couldn't keep it in. 13 throws it in over Lozano's head toward that 18-yard box, but they couldn't go any further. Arsenal, number 18, trying to find a player up forward. 50-50, and it goes out. And it's off of 18. It'll be a throw-in. But a San Marcos Matrix residing right here nearby against this Temecula Arsenal team. Throw in. Mendoza. Mendoza now driving it forward. Near side, it goes out of play. 13 will throw it in. And it goes out of play again. However, off the Matrix, so they'll get some more real estate down the right flank. Towards trying to get in the 18-yard box, knocked out by Jesus Lozano. And now they're real close to the danger area for the Matrix. And get it right into the 18-yard box. 13, and that's going to work against them as they are now giving up another free kick to Matrix. And Matrix has 7 as they were offsides the call. Well, the Arsenal winning it back, keeping it in the defensive half of Matrix. Do something in the 18, could not. So Patterson driving it up forward. Now he tries to, after the intercept, continue on, and he does win that soccer ball. And he continues on down the left flank. His teammate went outside, and his pass was the inside. Nobody was there. Arsenal. Good passing there. As they continue at midfield, 13, his pass was intercepted by Andy Galvan, and Galvan sending it down the left flank. Here's Ingebrigtsen. Ingebrigtsen still is going to make a pass, and it was intercepted. But Mendoza keeping that ball from going back in his defensive half, sending it into the 18 now. And another strike. Going after it again is Hewitt. All the way upfield for the Arsenal. But it goes out of play in the far side touchline, and Miguel Mendoza will throw it in. Mendoza down on right flank. Galvan. Ball out of play. Arsenal will throw it in. Arsenal still leading 2-1 as we wind towards halftime. And they're continuing on in that attacking third. Intercepted by Aiden Chappelle. Sent all the way down the right flank. He gets some speed there with Alaman. And Alaman loses the soccer ball. Now goes back after it. Nice play as cross. Intercepted there in the central. Center back doing his job. Get it out of there. Touch by Patterson. Going after it now is Alaman. Drops it back. Chappelle sending it forward, but intercepted. The Arsenal try to continue on going forward. And after it was 18, and he does a fine job to keep it in, send it all the way down to the 18. But the save is made. Nobody to be able to get to it quite. The 17 was chasing it down, but it was way in front. All the way upfield. On the far side, it goes out of play. So a throw in for the Matrix. Greg G.K. Porter along with George Langevin. George on the camera. And a center rep says, hold up. Got substitutions coming in. We'll mention any player as they touch that soccer ball. Didn't quite see the number who came in. On the wide side is Ariel Chavez, that is. Mendoza throwing it in. And it was knocked out of play past the goal line. It'll be a goal kick in this 2-1 match. Arsenal still enjoying the lead here in the first half. Offside's call. Another free kick for Matrix. And that is their 8th free kick. Michael Patterson driving it towards the 18. It's deflected wide. Out of play. But the Matrix will throw it in. Far side touchline. Miguel Mendoza throwing it in. Off to Karam. Velasquez, and then now towards the central of the box. Driven out of there. Now it sends back into the box. 71 getting to that soccer ball. Sending it up forward. Strike by number 5 and sending it wide. The Arsenal. And out of play past the touchline. Matrix will throw in again. And center rep says, wait a minute. Got some substitutions coming in, or a substitution coming in this case. Matrix pass Ingebrigtsen. He follows it up. Doesn't get to it. Nearly a handball. Strike there by Lozano, and then to the central. Lozano going after it again. Gets it forward now to Patterson. His pass was intercepted. Arsenal have it. Goes out of play. 17 couldn't keep it in. So Jesus Lozano throwing it in towards Innsbruck. Daniel making that move, getting it out wide to Uriel, and his pass sent right back to Innsbruck was intercepted. Coming up into space there was Mendoza, he got a touch. Near side. Off to 50-50. Here comes the Arsenal. And that's the end of the first half. With the score, the Arsenal lead 2-1 over the San Marcos Matrix. We'll be back with the second half after you watch what goes on at halftime. The players paying attention to their coaches and the exciting second half of this 2012 FC Seoul tournament will continue.
That means you come back. Miguel's playing like a beast. How are you doing? Can you come out a little bit? So Mikey stays in? Miguel will stay in. That's not fair though, huh?
About ready to get underway here at the 2012 FC Seoul tournament. The Arsenal in the red and white numbers. The white shorts will be going from right to left, and from left to right will be San Marcos Matrix in blue and the white numbers. So shift colors for all you sailors out there, past and present. We are underway. Arsenal scored 2 goals in the first half by number 24 and number 3. And 1 goal was scored by Daniel Innsbruck, number 4, for the Matrix. Always can be a tale of 2 halves in the world of soccer, so let's see what happens here. But number 6 has it on a quick run into that 18-yard box, and they run him off the soccer ball, but will it be a penalty shot? It looks like it's going to be one. A penalty shot. Upcoming whenever the center ref asks for that soccer ball and he runs over towards that spot in the 18-yard box. If you're the defensive team, it's not a good thing. So now an opportunity to equal what they did in the first time they played this team. The Arsenal playing the Matrix in this 2012 FC Seoul tournament. Here's number 6 with an opportunity. Advantage of the striker, and he finishes in the back of the net. The goal! Go, 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 goal! Number 6 putting it into the back of the net, and it is now 3-1 as the Arsenal getting a quick goal to start off the second half. And now they have that 2-goal lead back that they had earlier. It's up to the Matrix with a lot of work to do now to cut into it again. And if they do not tie it up, the championship will go to the Fly Emirates of the Arsenal. The great soccer clubs in the world. The history of soccer, especially in England. That ball going out of play. Number 19. And that is Miguel Mendoza, who had not a bad first half. Gets it up to Olguin. He almost gave it away. Going after it now is Chavez. Chavez having some problems with it, and then his teammate in support of Hewitt in the central. Not able to go forward as the Arsenal stiffening up the midfield area, but they'll have a throw-in, Miguel Mendoza. Matrix had 9 free kicks in the first half to 5 for the Arsenal. But it's not the number of free kicks necessarily. It's what you do with those free kicks. Did you have quality chances out of them? Did you make connecting passes up the field out of your own defensive half? The Arsenal did have 2 corner kicks in the first half. They didn't score on either one, but they had 2 of them and 1 for Matrix. And those corner kicks obviously are the ones that you want to try to put it in the back of the net off of. That's why as a defending team you do not want to give up those corner kicks. Mendoza sending it forward. Ingebrigt's bringing it down, but the other direction. So the Arsenal will take it, head upfield. And now number 6, who is showing that he's got some speed, sends it forward. He's got 17 on a through ball, and center ref says play on. And boy, was that close. Almost another penalty kick opportunity. And the offsides call. So the Arsenal will have the free kick. Their first one here in the second half and 6th of the game. 71 looks like he's going to take it, and boy, he was strong in that defensive third, primarily in that central defensive area there in the 18-yard box in the first half. Up forward, 6 didn't get it, 17 off of Granahan, and then it goes behind him. And as a defender, you never want to see it go behind you, especially if you're in the defensive third. Just getting to it there, and they're putting a lot of the Arsenal putting a lot of pressure on the Matrix in that 18-yard box, and that is something that if you're behind by 2 goals, you can't afford to have. And obviously, if you are ahead, you want to continue to keep the pressure on, so they have no chance of coming back. And the Arsenal have it. Again, number 9. Nice stopping his direction. The header just over top of frame. But it would not have counted. They were offsides on the play. So the free kick with Matrix. Matrix now with their 10th free kick of the match. First one here in the second half. Ball sent up forward to Lozano. Arsenal. Almost a handball. Just whizzed by Mendoza. His hand there. Ingebrigtsen has to be careful, and he's able to control it. Up forward, trying to get to it was Velasquez, and it went out of play. The Arsenal out of their own defensive half. And actually, it's going to be in the defensive half of the Matrix. And it goes right by two Matrix players. Number 9 has it. Gets around one player, takes a shot, and just misses it wide of the second post. And number 9 creating problems. And number 6 done the same thing here in the second half. The head coach for the Arsenal making adjustments, keep that pressure on. Number 19 now coming in, and number 7 for the Arsenal. Mendoza off the corner of the 6-yard. Midfield intercepted. Number 6 keeping it in with that speed here in the second half. And he just sent that ball right at the keeper. Well, he might have wanted his teammate to get to it, and he just was short of it. And James Simmons, who hasn't played too bad back there as a keeper. But then again, on the other side, his defenders have kind of had a hard time here in the second half trying to help him out. So in that sequence, he made the save. It was a quality strike. Ingebrigtsen into the 18. Now try to get another subsequent strike, but it's cleared out in that center defensive area. They almost got another strike. Miguel Mendoza is going to throw it in his 3-1 match that the Arsenal are enjoying the lead in. One from distance and misses the near post by Aiden Chappelle, the Matrix. So number 8 for Arsenal is going to take the goal kick. Sends it down the right flank. Has a teammate to touch it back to 15. And they get a couple quick touches in the area. And it went off of Matrix player. And now the Arsenal. And quickly, Cody Hewitt tried to go upfield, or maybe his intention was to knock it out. And he almost made a dangerous play because there wasn't very many defenders back there on that sequence down the right flank. The Arsenal. Telez Velasquez now on the move, on the run from the back. Velasquez wanted to try to center that ball in the 18, but didn't control it. And so the run up the field, they get nothing out of it. Always want to try to get a quality chance on net on any run down the field, especially off the flanks. Chavez, strike there by Lozano. Into the central, old Gwynn. Velasquez. Chappelle sending it forward. One into space by the Arsenal. They have to do it again, but now they give it away. And almost being able to follow it up was Andres Alama. Here's number 9 driving it back. The Arsenal. The near side. Stiffening up there is Velasquez. And that ball went out of play. Go to Matrix. And some words of encouragement by their keeper, James Simmons. Mendoza throwing it in. Old Gwynn. And it's going to be a free kick. The 11th of the match. Second one here in the second half for the Matrix. Taking it, looks like it's going to be Miguel Mendoza. Miguel of the colorful cleats. The number of players have on a tough bounce, but being able to make the save is the Arsenal keeper, as he had Ingebrigtsen. Daniel trying to bid for his second goal of the match. O'Gwyn Off the carom, here's Daniel Ingebrigtsen making a move. Gonna want to take it wide. But offsides on a call. The Arsenal now will have the free kick. Their second one here in the second half, in the 7th of the match. On the near side, number 9 has possession, gets it up to 6, but it was caromed off at 12 upfield, and now Mendoza has a touch, looking forward. It's intercepted there in the central by 19. Nice pass out wide. And they continue to go out wide further at 17 on the run. And he crosses it. It's intercepted, but they followed it up with 3, and they couldn't get another strike there in the 18. Off the 50-50 upfield. Matrix was headed by 7, but in the wrong direction now, and Mendoza sends that ball forward, looking for Ingebrigtsen now. Daniel takes a shot from his position there, and not a problem for the keeper on the Arsenal. A 12 has it now. That's 8. 8 in Chappelle, and on the near side, 9 has it. Sends it to the Arsenal center of the field. And now 6 on the move. He showed his speed, but getting over there is Cody Hewitt. And Hewitt drives it out of play. So it's going to be a throw-in. But the Arsenal, after that nice run down to Central. Nine throws it in the 18-yard box. 17, a touch. Try to get another one, and they just couldn't in the central of the 18. As quickly getting there was the Matrix is cleared out. Retreating back now. Here's Ingebrigtsen, and he just missed the near post. Oh, he had to keep her off the line, and he just couldn't quite beat him that time. And the angle was kind of tough. And he had the defender marking him heavily there. And he just did the best he could with it. And maybe if he would have been able to score, that would have been a great play for a under 12 player. And number 2 coming in now for the Arsenal in this 3-1 match, if you just checked in, as the Arsenal out of the Temecula area leading against the San Marcos Matrix here. In the 2012 FC Seoul tournament, I'm Greg G.K. Porter with George Landevin bringing you sights and sounds from up high. And it has now turned into the clouds from the coastline here, starting to come in, bringing the temperature down a little bit. And a really nice day in the 70s for the most part. And a save from long distance. The Arsenal keeper, not a problem. Driving in upfield, but the intercept by Velasquez, and he still has it. Try to go forward, but they wouldn't allow him. And they play tough into space, and the whistle. Going to work against Velasquez. Or no, it's going to work against the Arsenal player. And Mendoza will have the free kick. This is the 3rd in the second half and the 12th in the match. Towards the 18, interrupted by the Arsenal. Mendoza, he can't keep it going forward, but now he chases it down, drops it back. His teammate Hewitt sends it down toward the attacking 3rd. It is knocked out of play at a far side touchline by number 15 of the Arsenal. Substitution is going to come in now as Daniel O'Gwyn is going to come out. And also another player is coming out too, and they get 2 fresh players in as Miguel Patterson is in the match now. And Andy Galvan, number 6, is in the match. To Ingebrigtsen, the touch. Out forward, and then it's won by the Arsenal as they send it downfield. They had compressed the Arsenal in their defensive half, and now the Arsenal throwing it forward. It's knocked out by Patrick Granahan. Throwing towards the 18, and a strike by number 3, and a goal! Go, 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 go! His second goal of the match now, and it is 4-1. A great strike in the upper corner. Able to beat James Simmons. And it'll be a couple of players coming in now for the Arsenal. And they have outdone what they did in the last match, where they only scored 3 goals against this Matrix team, and now they have 4. Galvan winning it, sending it over to Lozano. Lozano out wide, send it back to Ingebrigtsen. Ingebrigtsen makes a nice move. Ingebrigtsen still has the soccer ball, and he just couldn't find his teammate Galvan. He was wide open. Galvan has it now. The service, the header, and they just couldn't quite get it in there that time. They said give it up. So they had a good quality chance, a couple of them, in that 18-yard box, but they couldn't finish. And when you're down 4-1, you need to finish. The goal kick. Not a lot of time left in this match. Here, the Matrix. You need to put it in the back of the net if you're to have entertain any hopes of tying this match up. Number 9 off the 50-50. There with Granahan. But they win it again. Are they on sides? I guess so. And Simmons makes the save as he comes off his line. They had a good rush into that 18-yard box. Able to find a way to possess that soccer ball. Keep it away from the defender. And then get that quality strike. Off the 50-50 now. Winning it there is Lozano, sending it forward. Backline doing their job getting to midfield. There was a touch there by Velasquez, but he couldn't do anything with it. And now here's Granahan in the back. Granahan sends it forward. Intercepted, though. Number 3, as it comes off over to 18. 18 sends the ball down to Central, and they get another chance at it, and it goes wide. They continue down to Central, giving all kinds of problems for the Central defense of the Matrix. And they got a shot, but it went wide. The Arsenal came to play in his championship match, leading by 3 here in the second half. Knocked out by Teles Velasquez. Joshua. And his center rep says, wait a minute. You got to move back. Let's throw it in. Number 5. Throw it in for the Arsenal. Up high was Velasquez. Letting it forward. Ingebrigtsen trying to use body position to keep that soccer ball, but he couldn't. His teammates have to retreat back. They go wide to the near side. Number 9, keeping it in. Nice job. And 5 knocks it out of play. He wanted to maintain possession and turn, but couldn't do that. Mendoza after the throw-in. Here's Ingebrigtsen. Wants to go out wide, and he does to Galvan. Galvan, the man who couldn't do anything with it on that pass earlier. And let's see what the call is. It is going to be a free kick and an elbowing call, and that's going to work against the Arsenal. And this will be the 13th free kick of the match for Matrix, and their 4th here in the second half. Michael Patterson will take it as the wall is correctly lined up. Patterson up high! Oh, and a save! A beautiful save, but let's see. It's going to go as possession for the Arsenal. Big chance that time, and they needed to score. There's 2 chances here in the last 5 minutes, and if they could have put them in the back of the net, the Matrix, it would be a 1-goal deficit. It went past the goal line, and it's a goal kick. 2 players coming in for the Arsenal, 6 and 19 into the match. Upfield, 7 keeps it in, and a whistle, and it's going to go against the Arsenal. And now you have the 13th free kick of the match, or 14th rather. We're Matrix, 5th here in the second half. 6. Playing that soccer ball down, try to find somebody in central, but it was intercepted. Here's Galvan going after it. Nice play, getting it around 6. He tried to pass it back, and then finally, Velasquez able to find it. Velasquez on the near side. Velasquez staying with it now, trying to find his teammate there in the central. Alaman, but he has another teammate over top of frame there. Michael Patterson on the drive, but a little bit too high. They saw an opportunity where the Arsenal weren't able to control it, and then Patterson was able to take that drive at the net. Patterson couldn't keep it in there, so the Arsenal have it, and they're going to send it down to the speedy number 6, but Granahan gets to it and is able to drive it out of play. Otherwise, 6 would have had a golden opportunity at James Simmons. Mendoza, Ingebrigtsen now with Galvan. Ingebrigtsen able to find that soccer ball, the handle, and it goes out of play, and it was knocked out by the Arsenal. So Ingebrigtsen will leave it behind for Michael Mendoza, and Mendoza now will try to get it to somebody who could try to do some damage. Galvan can't get to it, and it goes out of play on the near side. But the Matrix might be running out of time here. They're down 4-1. They had their opportunities, though, in this match. Just couldn't convert. Mendoza to throw in. Patterson now in the box, and a save as it went right by Ingebrigtsen. If he is able to get to the soccer ball, he has a great chance of putting it in the back of the net. Probably no chance for the keeper there. Patterson still on the ball. He takes a shot and misses wide of frame. Boy, he's been taking them from long distance. Not able to convert there. Goal kick. Arsenal. Precious time running out for Matrix. Out of play. Mendoza throws it in. Ingebrigtsen couldn't get to it. Arsenal have it. They don't have to score. All they have to do is keep possession. Keep it away from the all blue with the white numbers. But if they can keep it going forward, obviously they're going to do that. But when you have a 3-goal lead and not a lot of time left, basically in the world of soccer, it's over. And pretty much definitely at the professional level. Substitution coming in. As number 17 comes in, reminds me of a match most recently, a friendly, international friendly, where the USA team playing against Brazil. And once I saw it was 4-1, I knew it was over. Retreating back, the number 6 staying after it, making a beautiful play there, heading it towards the 18. Granahan getting to it and driving it up forward. Still the Arsenal now having possession. Again, that works the same way. At this juncture, when you have the 3-goal lead, 2 strikes it forward. 18 trying to get to it, and that's going to work against him. Matrix racking up the free kicks. There's 6 in the second half. They had 9 in the first half. But that is not what is most important. It is how many you have on the scoreboard, and they don't have enough. As they try to get another one here, knocked away. Beautiful play going up high by the keeper for the Arsenal. Showing his ability to leap up there and get to the soccer ball. If he doesn't do it, it is 4-2. Goes out of play in the far side to throw in for the Arsenal out of their own defensive third. Will you be watching the Euro 2012? Be some great players. Ronaldo, we saw a lot of great players from Brazil and Portugal playing in a beach soccer tournament. Some of those today have mentioned that's when they last saw us. The Coop Beach Soccer Championships a few weeks back. A lot of great players in that upcoming big tournament for Europe. Some of you might have watched the UEFA tournament where Chelsea, the first time in many decades, winning the championship. Andres Aleman trying to find somebody, cannot, as the Arsenal just say we got plenty of numbers and we'll keep it away from you being able to do that. Patterson out wide. Sending that ball in the central defenders. 71 has been tough. He took it away. But now it's back towards Innsbruck. Innsbruck again. Can't get it. He's got a teammate there, but they cannot possess it as the Arsenal take it away. Galvan, a shot that's partially deflected, and no problem, as it didn't come with the same velocity. And a keeper for the Arsenal. He goes out to the top of the 18 to drive it. Number 6 off of Vaquero. Velasquez into space. It goes out of play, and he will have to watch the Arsenal throw it in. Substitution will come in from the far side, as it looks like Uriel Chavez back into the match for Joshua Teles Velasquez, and maybe not able to come back in again, as not much time left as he gets a hand. Played well. The throw in. Chavez. But the result looks like it's going to be in favor of the red and white, with the white numbers. The Fly Emirates across the front of their jerseys. Will the Arsenal name the championship for the 2012 FC Seoul Tournament? We hope you enjoyed all of the action right up here in the North County. And the grounds of San Alejo Middle School. I'm Greg G.K. Porter for George Langevin saying stick with us. We will show the championship medallion and the hardware being given out, as well as the finalist hardware. We'll be right back.
Alright, I want to congratulate you all for making it to the championship game at our 2nd annual FC Soul tournament. Congratulations, that's really awesome. Give yourselves a hand. Alright, and your parents have been out here all weekend cheering you on, so turn around and give them a hand. Alright, first off I want to present the finalists. San Marcos Matrix. Coach, you want to come on up and you can call them up individually?
First off, got to thank Arsenal, okay, boys? When you play a good team, that shows you what you're made of, okay? So these guys are a good team, and you guys gave them a good fight. We came up a little short, so congratulations, boys. I hope you have a good season, all right? All right. So, let's go. Danny, number 4.
Go, Danny.
Your striker. Daniel's my son, by the way. Puts up with a lot from me. Extra amount. Cody. Cody came back from a year. Returning player from last year. Joshua. Really fast. Coming out of rep. We're looking for a lot from Josh. Okay. And then Miguel. Miguel beast all weekend long. He winning the air balls for us. Thank you, Miguel. Have a nice trip in Mexico. Uriel. Thank you also, Yuri. Another strong player in the middle. Okay. Have another safe trip. Daniel. Oh, another nice player coming out of rec to join us this year. Good job. Aiden. Come on up, Aiden. Third-year player with us, and Jesus. All right. Nice skilled player. Thank you, Jesus. Michael. Michael here is our sharpshooter. Okay, thank you, Michael. Andy. Andy's been playing center mid, and another year player from us. Okay, Patrick.
Get rid of him!
Okay, Pat. Patrick helping back down for us. Thank you, Pat. And then we've got James, our goalie. Thank you, James. Made some great saves this weekend. 2 shutouts. Didn't shut you guys out, but maybe another time. Okay. Dre. Come on, Crazy Legs. We got Crazy Legs Dre. So again, great weekend, boys. And I'm glad we had a lot of good fun soccer, okay?
Now I'd like to present this trophy to the Arsenal coach. Come on up. Congratulations, Arsenal champions.
Okay, obviously to the Matrix, best team we've come across this weekend by a clear mile, and it was nice to see that you didn't give up. Right, super attitudes, determination to the final whistle, and hopefully you can take that through on your league season, so all the best. Certainly my group, a lot of hard work pre-season. It's nice to see you've got off on a decent start. So first person up is going to be Mr. Fletcher. Glover. Con. Parker.
You lose the game.
Chalky.
The orange is like this. And you lose the game. Now just reward you.
Rooney. Sweeney. Westy. Snowy. Cole. Gaza. Lamps. Kingsley. Right, Woody. Bale. Duffy. And Mr. Gamble. Thanks very much. All right. Hold on some mark off.
All right, thank you guys for coming, and I hope you come back next year.
Greg G.K. Porter back here with the Matrix. They fell short today, 4-1, but they had a nice tournament, and they want to say a few words. They want to say their first name, last name, and a little bit about the tournament. Here they go.
Hi, I'm Daniel.
Hi,
I'm Daniel Ingebrigtsen, and I play center forward. And the tournament was pretty good. I thought we could have played a little bit harder, but we fought hard. So, yeah.
Hi, I'm Miguel Mendoza, and I think Arsenal was a good challenge team, and even if we lost, we tried our best.
Hi, I'm James Simmons, and I play goalie. I say Arsenal was a good team. I think we could have played better, but we live and learn.
Hi, my name is Michael Patterson, and I play left mid, and it was a fun experience, and the Arsenal was very hard to play, and that they are very good.
Hi, I'm Jesus Lozano, and I play goalie, defense, and once in a while forward. I think we could have played a little bit better, but we tried our best.
Hi, I'm Cody Hewitt, and I play left defender, and I say the same as James, live and learn.
Hi, I'm Joshua Teles Velasquez, and my position is right forward, and Arsenal was a pretty good team, but since we played them, we can get better at the next tournaments.
I'm Aiden Chappelle, my position is right D, and the tournament was fun.
Hello, I'm Andy Gavin, and I play center mid. And the tournament was pretty fun. Yeah.
I'm Daniel Olguin. I like the soccer tournament, and I play right mid. And I think Arsenal was a pretty good team, and we should learn more. And we might face better people, and I hope we win.
Hi, my name is Patrick Granahan. I play sweeper, and this was a lesson learned. But Arsenal's a very good team.
Hi, my name is Julio Chavez. I play left defense and left forward and sometimes left mid. And this tournament was good. We had a pretty good team, but we faced pretty good teams, and then we should, well, like they said, live and learn.
Hi, my name is Andres Salaman. I usually play defense and forward. And we beat Arsenal once, but we've lost like 3 times against them. So, yeah, and ladies, hit me up.
Hey,
ladies, I'm available.
Forward! Matrix! Forward! Matrix! 1, 2, 3, Matrix!
All right, good job, guys. And that's going to do it right here. The 2012 FC Seoul Tournament, where you saw the final score was 4-1. Ingebrigtsen scoring the lone goal for the Matrix, and 24-6-3. 6 scored twice for the Arsenal. We hope you enjoyed all of the action on the shadow of Santa Leo Middle School. I'm Greg G.K. Porter for George Langevin, saying take care of yourself as always. God bless, and remember to save this one on your hard drive. Bye now.